My first advice is something that I actually learned right out of college as opposed to in college. And I know this video is things that I learned in college, but I feel like the moment right outside of college has taught me a lot more than moments in college. But we'll get to that in a second. The first advice is the importance of saving money. For example, we are going out on the town we're going to the library. Are we going to the hotel?
Ace Hotel.
We're going to study out in the city. And naturally, I would want to, buy a sandwich, buy a turkey sandwich, buy some lemonade, buy a smoothie, buy some lunch. However, you don't always have to spend money, especially in this economy with inflation. So right now we're actually making some lunch, bringing some toast, some bananas, some pears, some mangoes. Yeah, we're making some lunch to take with us instead of buying food outside, because in college you can, kind of get by because nobody's expecting anything out of you. Nobody's expecting you to, maybe you're paying bills and stuff in college. I don't really know your college situation, but my college situation, I was just allowed to spend all the money that I earned. All the money I made came straight to my pocket. I would buy food anytime I wanted. I would just spend, go out, buy all the clothes I wanted, everything. But right outside of college, I've learned that you can't really spend all the money that you have. I know, shocker. It really has rocked my world, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like being told to save, but then I'm always in a place where I don't have the money that I need for more important things. Lesson number 1 is that you need to cherish the money that you get. I always was in a mindset of money comes and goes. You can always get it, which is true. But sometimes we spend so much on unnecessary things when really our parents were right. There's food at home. Here's us making our lunch for the day.
Us.
Here's Lucas making our lunch for the day. We have some mangoes, banana, toast, honey,
Pear,
and a mix of lemonade and orange juice in this bottle. You need to cherish your money and you need to save your money. And it hurts me to say this. It hurts me to give you this lesson as the first one because it hurts me,
But someone gotta do it.
You will lie to others if you keep lying to yourself. And this is universal. It's in anything. I mean, I think it kind of goes along with stay true to yourself, but stay true to yourself has been everyone says stay true to yourself, but how do you stay true to yourself? It's when you don't lie to yourself about things that you should be honest about, if that makes sense. So something as small as let's say you have a group of friends and you don't really like to party, but they want to go out and party, or go out to this, they want to go out and party, but you don't really want to party, or maybe you just don't want to party for that day. You don't want to, just want to stay inside for that day. If you lie to yourself and you're you know what, I actually do want to party, but deep down you don't want to party and you want to stay home, you're gonna go out with your friends and you're gonna lie to them about you're having fun and stuff like that. It's gonna show in your body, your facial movements, everything that you don't want to be there. So then you end up lying to everybody around you when you could have just been honest with yourself from the jump, so that you'd be honest to others. Another example I thought about was if you just broke up with somebody and you're oh, I've moved on from them, I've moved on from my ex, but you haven't moved on from your ex. You're gonna lie to the other people that you start seeing because they think you've moved on, but reality, you're thinking about them still. And yeah, it could apply to a lot of different things. But for me, how I learned that was anything that didn't feel right to me, but I would make myself think that it felt right just so that other people could be happy or just so that I could fit in. And then I end up lying to them, and it ruins the relationship because it's a relationship based off of lies. Like, they think you're enjoying something and you're not really enjoying it. How are they supposed to know? Because you're telling yourself you're enjoying it and they don't even know that you don't. But it can apply to like anything: jobs, relationships, even down to the clothes that you're wearing. Like trends, for example. If you hate cargo pants, but you see everybody wearing cargo pants, so you start to think, you know what, actually cargo pants are cute, and then you go buy them and you wear them, and then let's say it's your birthday and your friend's like, oh, I see that you were wearing these cargo pants, so I got you another pair. You're not gonna be happy because you actually don't like the cargo pants.
That's a good point.
And you're going to, yeah, you're just lying to yourself and to others. So in general, just be honest with yourself. And I think also in creating things like creativity, the most creativity can come from being honest with yourself and being honest with what you like and what feels right to you, so that you don't end up lying to yourself and doing a disservice to others and lying to them as well.
Close minority. Do you have the
I need to pee. Lesson number 3 is like nothing is finite. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is finite, done, over, like point of no return. Possibilities that you have, that you can create in this world are endless. If you don't like something, you can always restart. If you don't like the people you're hanging out with, be alone, find new friends. If you don't like your major, switch it. If you don't like your fashion stance and you wanna, dress a different way, do it. Nothing is permanent. You wake up one day and you don't like something about yourself, you can change it. If you don't like the way you say yes all the time, or you don't like how your body looks, you wanna go to the gym, or you wanna start eating healthy, or wanna start going to bed earlier, get up and do it. You can always reroute your life. You can always reroute your life. You can always go a different way, change your mind, think differently. It's okay. It's okay to wake up one day and be like, I don't like what I thought I liked anymore. I don't enjoy what I wanted to do anymore. Like, I don't enjoy this anymore. I don't find joy in this and that anymore. I want to go a different way. You can go a different way. That's what I realized about this world. You can always go a different way. You can always get up and be brand new. That's why living is so fun, because you just wake up one day and change who I am. Yeah, and if you don't like something you're doing, once you stop liking it, the minute you stop liking it, stop doing it. No point in doing something you don't like. So yeah, nothing is finite. There are infinite possibilities in this world. If you don't like your man, break up with him. The best way to grow is by acknowledging where you lack. Because a lot of times we don't like to accept faults, we don't like to acknowledge where we were wrong or where it may have been our fault. I know a lot of, even me, I struggled a lot with accountability in the beginning of college. I could not accept like, oh, something was my fault. I would always try and justify like, well, I did this because you did this, or like, I did this because I had no other choice. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's okay to be like, I shouldn't have done that. I was wrong and it's not okay. Or I failed this test because I didn't study enough. Not, oh, the teacher doesn't like me, or he doesn't know how to teach, or something like that. No, you just did not work hard enough. Sometimes it's okay to accept accountability, acknowledge where you went wrong, because that's the only way you're gonna grow, is when you say, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is the gap that needs to be filled. This is where I need to improve. But if you never see any room for growth, you're never gonna grow. You're never gonna know what you need to change. if you don't think you need to change anything, you know? So growing always requires a hard look in the mirror and accepting where you went wrong. Sometimes it's easier to blame others for your shortcomings or your wrongdoings, but it's much, much better to just accept accountability and understand that, you know, sometimes it's your fault. And that's when you can grow. If you're always creating out of envy, if you're always working out of envy of what already exists, you will never be creative. The only way to be creative is to create outside of what already exists, to not look at what already exists and envy it or think, oh, I wish I was doing that, oh, I wish my stuff looked like that, or I wish, you know, my page looked like theirs, or I wish my trajectory in life looked like theirs. I learned a lot about not looking anywhere else and only looking on your own path, because that's what's gonna bring the best results if you're telling a story. Because our lives, whatever we do, we're telling a story, right? So if I want to tell somebody else's story, it's not gonna benefit me. And if I'm getting good things out of telling somebody else's story, if I'm getting good things out of being like somebody else or trying to be somebody else or copying somebody else and it's reaping benefits, it's not gonna last, because how long will you go mimicking somebody else? You can't. You're not gonna go far. You're only gonna go far when you don't create out of envy of what already exists and create out of what you want to see in the world. And it's really hard, especially doing creative things while in college. It was so hard to find a time to sit down and actually create out of me instead of creating out of what I already saw on the internet or what already exists. And sometimes it's okay to like jump on trends because they do well and stuff like that, but you can only do that for so long. Create from your own perspective and from what you see, not what you see others doing. Another major thing I learned was that there's so much power in solitude. There's so much power in just being alone. A lot of us, including myself, are scared to be alone, scared to be by ourselves, scared to eat by ourselves, scared to sit by ourselves, out of fear of looking like a loner or a loser or like have no friends or anything. But a lot of my growth and I'm still finding who I am, but the amount of myself that I found by being alone was incredible. I mean, look at COVID. COVID forced all of us to be by ourselves. COVID forced all of us to be by ourselves. Just be alone, cooped up, nobody else. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. And it forced you to reflect. Now think about being by yourself. You gain a lot by being alone. You don't have other people's opinions to cater to. You don't have other people's decisions to worry about or problems to worry about or energy to feed off of. You cultivate your own energy, your own aura, and it is very healing, very eye-opening spending time by yourself. So don't be scared of being alone.
You came with it.
Yes, the Lord of my soul. Just candid vibes, okay? I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is really good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Black boy can cook.
Let's go. It's from a box, but I did add some things to it.
Okay. We love the honesty.
Thank you for being truthful.
You're welcome.
And lastly, you can only have a good friend when you know how to be a good friend. You don't just get friends if you're not a friend yourself. You have to be a friend to others so people know that they have a friend in you. Something that I had a hard time learning was how to be a good friend to others, but then expecting good friendship in return when I wasn't giving them good friendship in the beginning. So then if people don't think that they can confide in you, you're gonna feel lonely and isolated. And I did say previously that that was okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be isolated and feeling like you have nobody. You have to extend yourself to others, a safe place for others, so that you can find a safe place in other people as well. Talk to you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Hit the like button and subscribe.